Well, we are 8 games into our first ever Premier League season, and there is one way to sum up how this season is going, and that is the Premier League is very, very tricky. Hello, welcome to Club 2, part 30 of the Global Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our Premier League matches against Arsenal and Bristol City. So, since the last episode, form hasn't been the best. It could have been a lot better, but since the last episode, we've only won one game, and that was against Fulham, and we've basically lost the rest. We did have a international fixture friendly against a just random non-league side. We beat them 13-0. That didn't really do much in terms of bringing back the positive momentum. We are out of the Carabao Cup, getting knocked out to penalties to Brighton. Not the ideal result. We've hoped to have liked to have still been in the Carabao Cup, but hey ho, here we go. We are, as you can see by the league table, it's not going too well. We're 19th in the league. One win, one draw, 6 defeats, 4 points on the board, but a win will take us outside of the relegation zones. But obviously, Arsenal are second in the league, so yeah, this is going to be fun. I think we've got to get past Arsenal, hopefully with a point, and hopefully then it should be plain sailing from there. That's what I'm hoping for, and we have to just try and pick up as many points as possible between now and the end of the December. Then the tricky games come again. So yeah, it's not a fun league to be in. To be honest, I have been pondering whether or not to go, but there's no one hiring, so I mean we could potentially go anywhere we like to. We're not even at the game yet. I don't know why we've come back so early. That is very infuriating, but yeah, I don't know what else there is to say apart from the Premier League. It's just so hard. We're finally at the game. I don't know why I came back so early. So this is the lineup. It is our goalkeeper, Aya Coronel. He hasn't performed well so far, but I'm hoping he can improve. Then we've got the back four of Slugan. Unfortunately, Jan Lewandowski is suspended. Then we've got the centre back partnership of Kiana and Kia Rodia. Burnley at left back. Then in the midfield, we've got Mera and Nino. Ars on the right. Corin in the middle. Gariba on the left. Then we've got Connor Reed up front, who is coming back from a slight injury. We have been playing Pribanic up front for quite a number of games now, and I'm actually really liking Pribanic. He's actually looked all right. His current ability has come along leaps and bounds. Hopefully by the end of the, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be at West Brom for, but I'm hoping he can be an absolute world class striker and score like at least 20 goals a season. Probably not this season, maybe towards next season and beyond that. Scott, with the ball for Arsenal. If we conceded an early goal, I would have been absolutely fuming. But I'd take a point against Arsenal, but a win would be absolutely well. Yeah, I mean, if we could get the win, it'd be absolutely ideal. But I'm anticipating it's not going to be a fun watch. Livramento with the throw in now to Petre. Can we hopefully just try and get a tackle in? That was a decent. No, I don't know who that clearance was to. Just try and have a shot from the halfway line if in doubt. Instead of doing like a long range pass, which we give the ball away to an Arsenal player. And Janino does put the ball into the back of there. That came from the costly clearance, and that was just. Yeah, I think that was probably the wrong move, and now we have a real mountain to climb. 25 minutes left to go off the first half. Obviously, a goal down, not really creating too many chances. We've only had one shot. Nino has picked up a little bit of a knock, so we'll keep him on. We won't keep him on. We'll get him off now. America move over into the central midfielder, and I think Skipper can come on because Bellingham's been all right this year, but he's not been great. Skipper will give Skipper a run out here. Obviously, it's only the first half, so we'll definitely play the rest of the game. But 10 minutes left to go. Can we just hopefully try and put a few shots on target in the hope we can get an equaliser before halftime? Otherwise, it's going to be, I think it's going to end up in another defeat, which I don't really want. We do need to start picking up the wins, and Connery does put the ball into the back of it to make it 1-0 with 10 minutes left to go of the first half. That's the perfect time to get an equaliser, which must mean we've got plenty of time to get a second goal. I hopefully before half time, if we can get into half time with the draw still intact or us 1 goal up, that would be absolutely brilliant heading into the second half. I don't really want to go into the second half 2-1 down, which is hopeful we can just hold on to the 1-1 draw at the moment. We just hold on to the 1-1 draw for the rest of the game. That would be absolutely ideal. I thought we were going to get the ball. I thought we were going to make an absolute brilliant tackle and hopefully go on the attack, but it didn't quite work out like that. And shoots now to Alex Scott down the right hand side. Alex Scott playing out on the right hand side. He's usually in midfield, and Juninho has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 2-1. That's not what we were hoping for, but I think we could predict that was going to happen at some point. Ideally not in this first half, but obviously it had to happen, and Juninho's actually been probably their best player. I haven't really seen any other players that have been particularly impressed with this game, apart from Juninho. We haven't really had any standout players today. Vandenberg, now to Diamante. Can we just hopefully get the tackle in? I don't think it's going to happen as it's 3-1. What is God? I absolutely hate the Premier League, especially being newly promoted. It's absolutely awful. I do hope we start winning games fairly soon. I think the first 10 games in any new season or any new league, they're probably always the hardest. But hopefully we can try and get to January and try and do a little bit of transfer business. But our finances are absolutely rubbish. They are awful. I think we're like 45 million pounds in debt. So if we do get relegated this year, I think we probably do jump ship at that point. We probably jump ship before the end of the season if we feel like we're not going to stay in the Premier League, which I'm hoping we can do. But this season it's gonna go right down to the wire, I reckon, unless we change formations. But we don't really have the players to play a different formation. That's not really my forte. As Stefan Schoops has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-0. This is getting rather embarrassing now. And Cohenor not having a great game, not having a great season, to be fair to him. He's not been playing well at all. I don't know what his best role actually is. We're playing him as a no-nonsense goalkeeper. He might just be a normal goalkeeper. We'll try him as that in the next game, or we might just try him as that now and see if he has a much better second half. Imboneri now to Juninho, who's been the real main danger man, and Raul Petre has got his second goal of the game, and it's now 5-1. This is going to hurt. We've still got just over 40 minutes left to go. I dread to think what the scoreline is going to be. And Gariba has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 5-2. We're still 3 goals behind, but you never know. You never know what could happen. We might. I highly doubt we're going to make a comeback, but we can always pray and hope. Burley, I think Burley's going to come off because he's been absolutely awful. We don't have a left back on the bench. Silver's not on the bench. Right, we'll keep Burley on then. Gariba is going to make way for. We'll get on Young. Ask can go out on the left, and I think Corin also makes way for Richie. He's not having a brilliant game, not having a great season either. He hasn't really started that well, even though his current ability looks very good. He's been absolutely awful this season so far. 25 minutes left to go. We're going to drop a little bit of encouragement just in the hope we can hopefully get a couple goals back, but I don't think we're going to get any more goals this game. Arsenal do have a set piece. Imraneri will whip in the corner. Diamande with a header. Thankfully, that is just over the top of the crossbar. 15 minutes left to go. Ars is having an absolute shocker. The left side is having an absolute shocker, but don't have a left winger on the bench. Connor Reed is going to make way for Prabanic, and I think Kia Rodia also makes way for Jamie Devitt. 13 minutes left to go. Still the 3 goals behind. So I think we're very much looking at a definite defeat unless we can get a few goals back in the last last minutes of the game. And Commander has got the ball now to Juninho, now to Mineri. This is looking like a 6th goal for Arsenal, isn't it? Shoots now to Deshongo. Can we just hopefully get the ball under? I think did Corridor make a save there, or did it? I think it clipped the top of the crossbar. He's very lucky because if that was going in, it was probably going to go into the back of the net. Burley with the ball. Can we just hopefully get the ball into the box, please? Now to Slugan. This is looking semi-positive. Mera with the strike. It somehow finds its way into the back of the net to make it 5-3. Shop a little bit more encouragement in the hope we can get at least a goal within the next minute or so, hopefully. We've got 8 minutes additional time. There is still plenty of time to get at least one more goal, or we might just throw the dice and just go very attacking, because you never know what might happen if we go very attacking. We might, if we get a goal back now, I think we go throw everything, go full steam ahead and just go very attacking. Richie has got the ball. He doesn't put the ball into the back of it. Prabanic, I guess I don't think he saw the ball coming towards his head. So yeah, it's very, very unlucky. I think we played better in the second half than we did the first half, but yeah, I don't think we could do a lot if we could play like that against the worse teams. I mean, there's not much worse teams than us, but if we could play like that, ideally, like we did in the second half. Forget about the first half. The second half, we were decent. First half needs improving. So hopefully we can get back to winning ways of a win against Bristol City. The lineup for our match against Bristol City, and we are also going to be testing out a little bit of a new tactic. So we're doing 4-2-3-1 in possession, and out of possession we're doing a 4-3-3. So in goal we've got Corridor as a ball-playing goalkeeper. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll go with it for now. Then we've got the back four, Slugan, Kiana, Muit and Burley as a playmaking wingback. So you'll see him bomb up and down the left-hand side. Then we've got Kia Rodia sort of as the base of the midfield. Then in front of him we've got Corin and Mera. Then we've got Ars on the right, Gariba on the left. Then we've got 6'7" Prabanic up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully get a nice, hopefully a win, because we should be able to beat Bristol City. If we're not beating Bristol City, we've got our serious questions whether or not we're seriously good enough to be in the Premier League. Because at the moment we are bottom. I don't know how to say that without sounding negative, but we're bottom, and there's nothing really we can do about it unless we start picking up the wins, and that's what I'm hoping for. We can get today. If we win it with this system, we might just use it for the rest of the season, and we might have to do a little bit of a transfer businesses in January, and we are 1-0 down to Bristol City. This is not a great start at all. That's not what I was hoping for. This was part of today's plan. Today's plan was to sort of narrowly lose against Arsenal, which we did that, and hopefully beat Bristol City, which at the moment we're not doing. We haven't had any shots on goal at the moment, which is slightly alarming considering we do want to try and win this game, hopefully. But we've now had our first shot on goal, but unfortunately it's not on target. Francesca, now to Tati. Can we just try and hopefully get the tackle in? That would be absolutely spectacular. Hey guy, now to Leonard. Can we just surround the Mirror? Great interception. Now to Sugan. Mirror. Now to Ars. He's got a 6'7" guy lurking in the middle. Probanic with the header, but couldn't quite put the ball into the back of the net. Cohen with the strike, and this time it is held by the Bristol City goalkeeper. Good, decent flurry of action there, but I think we were very slightly unfortunate not to grab an equaliser. Which hopefully, if we start creating chances like that, hopefully the goal will be coming soon. Cohen tried to play a decent ball through to Babanic, who does have a bit of pace about him, because obviously, yes, he's 6'7", but he is quite quick. And Babanic with the strike, that could have been his first goal of the game. Out of all the players, he's probably been our best player. He's very unlucky not to score. He's had two decent chances. Hopefully, one of them will he will hopefully put the ball into the back of the net at some point this game. We are improving, which is very, very good. Slowly, but we are getting a little bit better as the game goes on. But the first half is about to come to an end. Bristol City do have a ball. Can we hopefully try and get the ball? Because we've still got a little bit of time left before the half-time whistle will go. And hopefully, can we try and get an equaliser? I don't think that it's not going to happen, but we do head into the half-time break. 1-0 down, but we're improving. So hopefully that second half goal, the equaliser, is hopefully imminent. Hopefully within the next 15 minutes, that would be absolutely ideal, but I suspect that's not going to happen. But Cox does have the ball for Bristol City. Now to Francesca. Can we try and get the ball back, please, as soon as possible? That would be lovely. Francesca now to Kulekin down the right hand side. Can we just try and put the tackle in? Gariba gets the ball and he does shoot. That's a pretty tame effort. He was searching for Bajic. He was making that run at the far post, but couldn't quite get the ball on target. And Bristol City did look to go on the counter. Thankfully, the highlight does peter out. Come on, we're 10 minutes into the second half. Haven't really done too much attacking wise, but we are creating chances. 11 shots for one target. Hopefully the equaliser is in sight soon. We are going to make a couple of changes. Corin is going to come on for Christian Ricci. I think Gariba also makes way for can Connor Reed play? Connor Reed is going to come on, but he's not. He's going to go out onto the right. Nicholas Sars onto the left. I think that's all we're going to do for now. Let's drop a little bit of encouragement in the hope we can get an equaliser goal. Then hopefully from there, possibly grab a winning goal. That's if we can get an equaliser goal, which I thought we would have had one by now, but it turns out we haven't. We've got 15 minutes left to go. Burnley is absolutely shattered, so we will get on Dejani Silva, and I think we'll also get on Paul Young. Yeah, we can't really get on Paul Young. We should have brought him on for the other guy. Actually, you know what? Reed can go up front. Paul Young is going to come on for Babanic, and hopefully that will try and do something. Hopefully we can try and get a goal. Kiana now to Slugan. Paul Young with the ball down the right hand side. Now to Richie. Come on, let's try and get the ball into the back of net. Slugan has a chance to put the ball into the box. Finds Richie. Now to Mera. This is looking very positive. Richie with the ball. Come on, somebody have a shot, please. Now to Silva, who does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 with 15 minutes left to go. There is still plenty of time to grab a winning goal, and that would be absolutely huge. That might take us outside for relegation places. I haven't seen the league table just yet, but with it, it might do. Depending on the goal difference, we might be able to climb outside for relegation places if we can just get a second goal. And Coronel thought he was beaten, and thankfully the crossbar came to our rescue, and I thought Silver was going to give away a penalty, but thankfully we got away with it, and he did clear the ball out for a throwing, which the highlight still goes on. Bristol City with the ball down the right side, coming around Nicholas Arce. Brilliant piece of defending. And Richie tries to control it with his head, but he loses possession. And thankfully, the Bristol City man in the middle, thankfully, didn't put the ball into the back of the net. We make a pretty decent block. We didn't really go on a counter attack or anything, which is what I was hoping for. But we are going to get a point at the bare minimum, point against Bristol City, which not a great performance, but it is a new tactic. So hopefully the new tactic can hopefully kick into gear in the next few games. Hopefully by the time we play Man United, which probably will be in the next episode, that's hopefully when we'll start picking up points. So I'm hoping we can get at least a couple wins by the time we get to the halfway point of the season, because we're only 2 points off safety, so it's still a couple wins and we're mid-table, so it's still, I'd say it's still fairly tight. So let's get back to the fixtures. Let's see when the next episode is going to be. So I think we probably will just plan on kicking on through the rest of this easy, I want to say easy run of fixtures, but no Premier League game is ever easy unless it's Hull. That might be an easy game. I think December looks fairly simple. Then we'll come back for our matches against Man United and Spurs. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.